Have you ever paused and quietly wondered if something as simple as a fruit could be gently harming your health without you even realizing it? Since childhood, we've been lovingly told that fruits are nature's sweetest gift, brimming with vitamins, antioxidants, and nourishing sweetness that support our well-being. Yet, beneath this comforting belief lies a truth rarely spoken aloud. Not all fruits are the same, especially as the years pass and our bodies transform. When we cross the threshold of 60, subtle changes begin within us. Our metabolism slows down like a soft evening breeze. Our digestive systems grow more delicate and sensitive, and the delicate balance of our blood sugar becomes a fragile thread we must carefully tend. In this quiet unfolding of age, some fruits that once seemed like harmless companions can, without warning, turn into hidden threats. Yes, hidden threats, silent dangers wrapped in sweetness, with high sugar levels, hidden acidity, or unseen interactions with medications that quietly chip away at our health if we're not watchful. But in the same breath, nature offers us precious gifts, fruits that do not harm, but rather cradle our hearts, soothe inflammation, protect our memories, and strengthen our bones. These fruits stand as allies in the ongoing journey of aging gracefully and healthily. Today, from a place of deep understanding and years devoted to studying these changes, I want to gently guide you through the 4 fruits seniors should avoid, and the 4 fruits they absolutely must embrace. Because your body, your life story, deserves this tender care. Before we embark on this journey, I invite you to join our growing circle by subscribing and turning on the bell, so you never miss the gentle wisdom meant just for you. And if these words touch you, please type 1 in the comments below to let me know you're here, walking this path with me. If you feel differently, type 0 and share what would make this experience better for you. Let us begin. The first fruit to approach with caution is the pomelo. This fruit, often overlooked, carries a quiet danger, especially for those relying on medications. At first glance, its pale yellow flesh and softly sweet taste appear harmless, almost inviting. It's a common sight on many breakfast tables, often praised for its heart-friendly nature. But beneath this gentle exterior lies a biochemical shadow not often spoken about. The pomelo contains compounds that inhibit a vital liver enzyme, CYP3A4, which plays a crucial role in breaking down many medications commonly prescribed to seniors. When this enzyme is blocked, those medications can build up in the bloodstream, like a river swelling beyond its banks with no release. This buildup can cause serious harm: muscle breakdown from cholesterol drugs, dangerous heart rhythm disturbances, excessive bleeding from blood thinners, or intensified sedation from anti-anxiety medicines. For those depending on these medications for their very survival, this fruit transforms from a friend into a silent, invisible threat. What makes this all the more heartbreaking is how few are aware. Many seniors eat pomelo at breakfast, take their medications afterward, and never suspect the connection, until an emergency room visit forces a harsh awakening. Sadly, some never get the chance to understand what led to their crisis. This is not a call to fear, but a call to gentle awareness. The pomelo itself is not malevolent. It is simply not safe for seniors on medications, a group that includes over 70% of Americans aged 65 and older. Choosing to avoid it is a quiet act of self-care, a way to protect your heart and your life. If such a bright, seemingly innocent fruit can hide danger so well, what other fruits might also wear a mask of safety while quietly undermining your well-being? Let us turn now to the next fruit. This one is small, sweet, and carries a surprising risk when consumed too freely. If you are still here, still listening, and these insights resonate with you, please type 1 below to show you are with me as we continue this journey of mindful health together. Now, let us gently move on to the second point. Number 2, blueberries, small, sweet, yet quietly dangerous for those with arthritis and diabetes. Blueberries, so tiny and delicate, often feel like a little celebration of summer itself. They remind us of warm afternoons, freshly baked tarts cooling on windowsills, bowls shared during family gatherings, and that satisfying burst when each berry pops in your mouth. But as time unfolds and we grow older, what once felt like a harmless delight may now be a silent betrayer to our health. You see, blueberries, especially when eaten in large quantities or consumed as concentrated forms like juices, dried berries, or syrups, are surprisingly high in natural sugars. A single cup of these sweet jewels can contain nearly 18 grams of sugar. For younger bodies with their lively metabolism and balanced insulin response, this amount may seem insignificant. But for older adults managing type 2 diabetes, prediabetes, or even hidden insulin resistance, that sugar floods the bloodstream like an overwhelming tide, causing spikes that slowly damage organs, leaving us fatigued, foggy, and vulnerable. Yet, the risk doesn't stop there. Blueberries are naturally acidic. For many seniors living with inflammation, arthritis, or aching joints, this acidity can worsen symptoms. While fresh blueberries are known for their antioxidants, consuming too many, especially in processed forms, can backfire. What you hoped would soothe your body might instead inflame the very pain you wish to escape. And what is the cost of this quiet betrayal? It is the creeping damage we rarely notice at first, the morning stiffness that interrupts your walk, the blood sugar spikes that cloud your mind, the restless nights from swollen joints. That innocent bowl of blueberries eaten in good faith can become a trigger for pain, imbalance, and long-term harm. It's heartbreaking, really, because blueberries feel so safe. But as we age, even sweetness must be questioned. If these tiny fruits can disrupt your balance so profoundly, imagine what might happen when your potassium levels spiral out of control from something even more common, something many seniors consume daily without a second thought. Number 3, apples. Apples, long hailed as symbols of health, simple and reliable. We've been told they help with digestion, provide energy, and support heart health. For younger bodies, that's often true. But as the years pass, our bodies don't process nutrients quite the same way, and too much of a good thing can quietly become harmful. Apples are rich in potassium. For seniors, especially those with kidney challenges, heart conditions, or who take medications like ACE inhibitors or potassium-sparing diuretics, this potassium can build up to dangerous levels. Once efficient filters, our kidneys slow with age, and the excess potassium lingers, creeping into the bloodstream. This buildup can disturb the heart's rhythm, weaken muscles, and cloud mental clarity. This condition, known as hyperkalemia, may not make headlines, but it quietly sends thousands of seniors to emergency rooms each year. Sometimes, just one apple too many over a week can trigger symptoms: a fluttering heart, weakness in the legs, or a subtle sense that something isn't quite right. Yet, by the time these signs emerge, the damage may already be unfolding. And what do we pay? A fruit meant to nourish becomes a thief, stealing your balance, your energy, even your heartbeat. Most seniors never suspect the apple. It seems too familiar, too wholesome. But familiarity can be deceiving, especially when your body's internal systems grow more fragile than they appear. So before reaching for your next apple, pause and ask yourself, is this truly what my body needs? Or is it just habit? Because sometimes the real danger isn't what we fear, it's what we assume is harmless. And that's never truer than with a fruit that wears the mask of health. Finally, number 4, dried fruits, the hidden sugar bombs. They sit neatly in little snack packs, looking innocent, even nutritious. Raisins, figs, dried mango, cranberries. We find them in trail mixes, sprinkled atop cereals, or handed out in waiting rooms as healthy alternatives. But for many seniors, dried fruits conceal a darker truth beneath their shriveled skins. When fruits are dried, their water is removed, but the sugars remain, now concentrated in a much smaller bite. A handful of raisins might seem harmless, but it's like eating an entire bunch of grapes, without the fiber, without the hydration, and with all that sugar condensed. Moreover, many dried fruits are coated with added sugars or preservatives like sulfites, which can worsen conditions like asthma, migraines, and gut inflammation. For seniors, especially those living with diabetes, high blood pressure, or digestive sensitivities, these seemingly innocent snacks can silently wreak havoc. They cause blood sugar spikes, digestive discomfort, and worst of all, they offer a false sense of health. You think you're making a wise choice, but your body pays a quiet, unseen price. And what is that price? It's the slow damage caused by a daily snack masquerading as wholesome. It's the rising glucose that strains your heart. It's the indigestion that steals your restful nights. It's the energy crashes that follow the sugar highs. Dried fruits may seem like friends, but for many older adults, they become invisible thieves, stealing comfort, balance, and metabolic stability over time. We must learn to question not just what tastes sweet, but what's been packaged and processed to look good while doing harm. Because just as some fresh fruits can deceive us, so can their dried counterparts. Yet, others remain whole and fresh, ready to become the very medicine our aging bodies crave. Now, let us gently turn our attention toward hope, the fruits that not only nourish but restore, protect, and energize us as we move gracefully into our 60s, 70s, and beyond. In the quiet unfolding of these years, what should we be inviting to our tables each week to keep our minds sharp, our bodies strong, and our spirits steady? Let us begin with a small, unassuming jewel of nature, a fruit that may hold the key to preserving our most treasured memories. These are the 4 must-eat fruits that can nurture your health after 60. First, elderberries, the quiet protectors of the mind. There is a subtle magic woven into each elderberry cluster. Small, humble, and often overlooked, they do not shout for attention like the flashier fruits do. Yet, within these tiny berries lies one of nature's most profound gifts, especially for those of us journeying through the later chapters of life. At a time when memories seem to slip like grains of sand through our fingers, elderberries offer more than fleeting comfort. They offer genuine protection. Science now confirms what many have long intuited, that the food we choose shapes not only how we think and remember, but how we truly feel in our days. Among all the fruits studied for brain health, elderberries rise to the forefront. Their rich, deep purple hue, thanks to powerful anthocyanins, does more than color the fruit. It acts as a guardian. These compounds cross the blood-brain barrier to calm inflammation, enhance the delicate conversations between brain cells, and shield us from the oxidative stress that slowly chips away at our memory and mental function. For seniors, this is not just a hopeful idea. It is a lifeline. Elderberries promise more moments to remember loved ones' names, more clarity in quiet mornings, and more independence when it matters most. But their gifts do not end with the mind. Elderberries help regulate blood pressure and support heart health, all while carrying very little sugar, making them a safe haven for those managing diabetes or cardiovascular concerns. Simply adding half a cup to your daily yogurt or oatmeal or savoring them fresh can make a subtle yet meaningful difference. In a world often overwhelmed by pills and prescriptions, It's easy to overlook the profound power of foods grown quietly from the earth. Elderberries remind us that nourishment can also be protection, restoring and preserving what matters most, our minds. And if this tiny purple fruit can sharpen memory, imagine what a crisp, fiber-rich pear might do to shelter your heart, and why a daily pear may truly help keep the doctor away. That brings us to the second hero, the humble pear. There is a timeless wisdom in the saying, "A pear a day keeps the doctor away." Though it may sound simple, almost old-fashioned, this unpretentious fruit carries truths more vital than ever for those of us crossing into our 60s and beyond. As our hearts call for greater care, as our digestion softens, and as our bodies yearn for balance, pears stand as gentle protectors in the most ordinary form. Brimming with soluble fiber, particularly pectin, pears help sweep away harmful cholesterol before it can enter our bloodstream. For seniors, this means actively lowering the risk of heart attacks and strokes, often without the need for extra medication. Their natural low-calorie and sugar content makes pears a safe, sustaining snack, one that supports steady blood sugar and healthy weight, two pillars of heart and joint health in later life. But the pear's kindness doesn't stop there. The fiber aids digestion, easing constipation, a common challenge as we age. Its skin holds antioxidants like quercetin and flavonoids, which gently reduce inflammation, support overall wellness, and may even lower risks of certain cancers and neurodegenerative diseases. And beyond health, pears carry with them the comfort of familiarity, memories of autumn harvests, homemade pies, and the crisp, satisfying bite on a cool day. This comfort nourishes not just our bodies, but our hearts and souls. In this simple, accessible fruit, there lies the power to shape your health quietly, but profoundly. So yes, a pear a day can truly make a difference, not only by what it gives, but also by what it helps your body avoid. And if the pear stands as a silent guardian of your heart, then what of a fruit that nourishes your bones, your brain, and your skin all at once? Creamy, rich, and often misunderstood, it's time to speak of the avocado. Now, as we gently turn toward nourishment that truly sustains us, let us discover the fruits that quietly protect, restore, and energize us well into our 60s, 70s, and beyond. In these later chapters of life, what foods should we welcome each week to keep our bodies resilient, our minds clear, and our spirits uplifted? Let's begin with a humble treasure, one whose richness nourishes us deeply from the inside out. Number 3, olives, the gift of healthy fats that fuel vitality. Among all the fruits gracing our tables, olives stand apart, not for sweetness or bright color, but for a quiet power that grows ever more essential with age. For those journeying through their 60s and beyond, olives become more than food. They are a source of strength, clarity, and longevity. Packed with monounsaturated fats, the very kind our aging bodies crave, olives don't burden our arteries. Instead, they protect the heart, nurture the brain, and help lower harmful cholesterol. These fats soothe inflammation that can otherwise cloud our joints and slow our steps, supporting movement that feels smooth and effortless. For seniors managing heart health or seeking to prevent disease, olives quietly become allies in the battle for well-being. But their gifts do not end there. Olives brim with vitamin K, crucial for strong bones and preventing fractures. Fragility we often only recognize after a stumble or fall reminds us of our vulnerability. They also provide folate and potassium, gently regulating blood pressure, improving circulation, and lowering stroke risk. And with lutein, a powerful antioxidant, olives guard our eyes from age-related decline, helping preserve the precious gift of sight. More than their science-backed benefits, olives bring richness, both in texture and in the comforting sense of nourishment they offer. A handful alongside fresh greens or a drizzle of olive oil on wholesome grains feels like an embrace, a reminder that at this stage in life some foods say, "I am here to help, not harm." While the world chases fleeting superfruit trends, olives deliver their quiet promise, steady, consistent, profound. And if olives bring strength to your bones and clarity to your mind, imagine a fruit that gently soothes your digestion and calms inflammation where you feel it most, in your joints. Let us explore the tender healing power of mango. Number 4. Mango, the gentle digestive and anti-inflammatory miracle. In a world crowded with antacids, creams, and endless supplements, we can forget that sometimes the most powerful relief comes wrapped in simple sweetness. Mango, with its soft golden flesh and tropical warmth, is more than a treat. It is a healer, especially for those whose bodies have lived many seasons. As we age, digestion becomes delicate. Meals that once passed easily may now bring discomfort or bloating. Mango carries natural enzymes that tenderly aid the body in breaking down proteins, easing digestive burdens that can feel overwhelming. For seniors facing sluggish digestion, irregularity, or the effects of long-term medications, mango offers not just comfort, but quiet relief. Beyond digestion, mango shines with vitamins C, A, and E, nutrients that strengthen immunity, protect skin, and fight inflammation. A hidden culprit behind chronic conditions like arthritis and heart disease. For those battling joint stiffness or weakened defenses, mango works gently behind the scenes, restoring balance and helping mend the invisible wounds of time. Its texture is smooth, its sweetness gentle, its effect profound, requiring no elaborate preparation, only the grace of a few slices each day to nourish from within. Mango reminds us that healing need not be complex or hidden in a bottle. Sometimes it simply waits in nature's embrace, ready to support those who seek wellness over shortcuts. Now, having journeyed through fruits that protect your mind, strengthen your heart, rebuild your bones, and soothe your digestion, a question naturally arises. How do we bring these gifts together? How can we weave them into a simple daily ritual that guards your future, one mindful bite at a time? Because, truly, your health is in your hands. As the years pass, a quiet truth becomes clearer. We cannot take our health for granted. The foods we once enjoyed without hesitation, the ones that marked celebrations or comforted us in routine, now carry new weight. Each bite has power, to heal or to burden. Yet within this truth lies hope. It's never too late to choose better. And often, these choices aren't overwhelming. They're as simple as reaching for olives instead of processed snacks, savoring mango rather than pills, choosing pears over sugary treats, or adding elderberries instead of dried fruits. With each small daily decision, you begin to weave a tapestry of strength, clearer thoughts, a stronger heart, steadier joints, smoother digestion, and most importantly, a renewed sense of control over your well-being. That gift is priceless. But wisdom also asks us to accept gently, not every food remains right for us as we age. Some fruits, grapefruit, bananas, cherries, dried fruits, aren't villains, but they require caution. They demand awareness of our medications, blood sugar, kidneys, and unique health conditions. This mindfulness is not born of fear. It is the maturity and respect earned through years lived fully. Let this be a reminder, not of what is lost, but of all that remains within reach. Nature has given us a bounty of healing foods. We need only choose them with intention and love. So whether you are 60, 70, 80, or beyond, know this: your health is not behind you. It is here, in every meal, every choice, every moment. The fruits you welcome can be more than nourishment. They can be your lifelong partners, your protectors, your daily acts of self-care. And when you tend to your body with knowledge and compassion, you do not merely add years to your life. You add life to your years. Because you deserve to age with strength, grace, and joy, one mindful bite at a time. These lessons are here to inspire you to live fully, authentically, and vibrantly. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect. What is one thing you've learned today that you plan to carry forward? Let us support one another on this journey toward embracing these truths. If this message has touched you, please leave a comment with 1. If not, share 0, so we may learn and grow together. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more nourishing wisdom. Thank you for being here. Here's to living life on your own beautiful terms.